Hello, how are you today? I hope you're doing good. Let's jump straight into it. If you've been following for the last few videos, I promised that I would have something a little more structured to debut the direction in which this channel is going. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking around for the journey. Quick disclaimer. I was heavily contemplating how to deliver this. I was thinking about going the route of putting forth a bunch of effort, sitting on it, editing it, doing all that. I've tweaked it enough as far as the script and what I wanted to write. This is my writing, and this is what I want to talk about on this channel. And honestly, since we're sticking to the bare bones workflow concept, I'm going to simply read it straight from my phone, where I documented it in my notes. So, without further ado, the title of the video is going to be Your Focus Shapes Your Future. Your attention doesn't belong to you. At least not yet. Not anymore. We consume, we scroll, we react. We do this for hours at a time. Excuse me, Dot. Excuse me, little buddy. Hey, man. You kind of, you kind of stealing the show. I'm going to need you to chill out. Hey, little buddy. Chill out, man. We're good, okay? You're getting your attention, but right now, my attention needs to go elsewhere. And this is exactly what we're going to get into. So, let me restart. Your attention doesn't belong to you. At least not yet. Not anymore. We consume, we scroll, we react. We do this for hours at a time. Every single day. Attention. Attention is one of the three most valuable assets you have at your disposal. Time, energy, and attention. Destroy these, and all hope is lost for you and your family. Guard it like your life depends on it, because it does. We don't need more motivation, more inspiration, more tips, tricks, hacks, techniques, and methods. What we need is clarity. And clarity is cultivated with three things. Three things that determine where we currently are and where we will end up in life. Three simple things that most of us have taken for granted, disregarded, or completely overlooked. Those three things are reading, writing, and speaking. The problem? Most of us don't think anymore. You scroll, you consume, you react. You live life on autopilot. This is especially problematic in a world determined to rob you of your attention with endless distractions, drain your energy with countless tasks, to-do lists, standards, and expectations to maintain. Waste your time with seemingly limitless ways to let what little time you have left to slip through your fingers like a handful of sand. Time, energy, attention. These are the three most valuable assets you have at your disposal. An even bigger problem: we don't have an infinite source of any of these assets. One of them you can't get back: time. And it slips away second by second. One is very limited: energy. And though it's renewable, at least in our youth and in our health, as time goes on and sickness takes place, your energy is dwindled. And last but not least, one is extremely fragile. As you can see earlier in the video at the beginning, how fragile. Simple distraction of a pet can completely disrupt your course. The bigger problem: odds are stacked against us. The odds are stacked against you, me, her, he, they, we. The solution: you have the power to reclaim your life and your future by reclaiming your three most valuable assets: your time, energy, and attention. How? By reading. Actively seek out knowledge that makes a positive impact on how you perceive the world, yourself, your situation, and the situations around you. Seek information that can be practically implemented to improve your life. Writing. Cultivate a practice of writing for clarity and problem solving. To process the information you obtain from reading, to process your emotions, gain clarity on a situation, to ensure your perception aligns with reality. Writing also defeats the enemy of overthinking, because your brains, our brains, are meant to process information, not to store it. Speaking. Speak so that what you read and what you write can be strengthened, validated, and embodied in your experience. Speak life into yourself, your loved ones, your situation. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Reading, writing, and speaking all correspond. They all coincide. They build on one another in an infinite looping, spiraling up. Improve one, and you improve all three. Improve all three, and you improve your ability to think clearly, communicate in a way that commands respect, and exposes you to endless opportunities to grow, develop, and master yourself. Self-mastery is the key. If you can master yourself, you have mastered the universe. And that will conclude what we had in store for you. I hope you stuck around, enjoyed. We're going to keep this one short. I'm going to try to wrap it up about 10 minutes. These are my closing remarks. Please leave comments, questions, engage in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of this content. If you'd like to see more of it, if you'd like to see this come your way. One of the things I think we struggle with as content creators, especially in this, with these kinds of themes and topics, is that there's so much, especially if you've been a student of this lifestyle design, self-development kind of, world or content, like myself, studied it for years and have heard pretty much everything you can think of. But I think what's cool about it is we can all bring our novelty perspective to the field. When we show up, when we create these videos, when we show up in real life, and we're face to face with people, our loved ones, our families, our friends, our children, our parents, our coworkers, our bosses, our customers, our clients, our partners, our associates. How you show up in any given situation falls entirely on your shoulders. I truly believe in my heart of heart, after the age of 18, within that 5 to 10 year span, wherever you end up in life falls solely on your shoulders. I mean, you can only blame your upbringing and your situation and the people around you for so long. But until you take accountability and responsibility for where you are, for the things that you've said, the things that you've done, the people that you've interacted with and how you've interacted with them, all of that determines where you currently are and where you eventually will end up in life. So anyways, that'll wrap up what I have to say today, talk about for this time. Super excited to continue down this path, and now that we've kind of set the ground and the foundation, it's all just an experiment, especially the first 10 to 30 videos. I'm just playing around with stuff. I really like the idea of one takes. Really like the idea of bare bones workflow, which is why I didn't put too much effort into the editing and all that stuff. And I know that that goes against the algorithm, and I probably won't get more than 30 views on this amongst those in the community, with the relationships that I've built so far. And we'll get to thumbnails and breaking down titles and all that good stuff in the future. But as for now, I just want to get it out. Start building in public. Start seeing what I can improve on. Getting your feedback. So it's much appreciated. Please feel free to holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying? The Don Rich. Talk to me. I'm not a guru. I'm not an expert. I'm not any of those things. I'm just trying to figure it out. Just like you. So let's figure it out together. One hand washes the other. What I learn, I'll share with you. And what you learn, hopefully you'll share with me, and we can build from there. All right, guys. Love y'all. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.